Hi, we're going to start today on the first part of this changing of your vibration and getting rid of your fear-based vibrations that are part of your core energy and replacing them with love-based energies. And it's really an amazing voyage of healing. It really is. So the first work part that you have to do is to delete wounds that are in you. We're all walking around with some degree of lack of self-worth for one reason or another, and that often has to do with childhood wounds. So it becomes fairly important to know what those were, to do some excavating, to go digging around in there, finding them, and actually, with intention, deleting them. And this could be done in a variety of ways, including assistance with hypnotherapy and a bunch of different things. But it is possible to do it on your own or with a coach, and we can talk about that a little bit later. So, for most of us, we remember what the wounds were that happened to us when we were a child. We're very aware of what people said to us or did to us that really hurt us, and that we thought about a lot, and that we lived in fear of a lot. And so sometimes the review of this part is really quite easy. It's not difficult. Some of the things are a bit more complicated. They may have been buried a little bit deeper, but we're going to start with the kind of obvious ones, the ones that you were exposed to negative energy. Somebody expressed an opinion about you, either verbally or with their actions, or somehow let you know that there was something wrong with you. And you were little, and you made an agreement. You listened to what that opinion was, and you incorporated it into your own self-image, and thereby creating a lot of damage because it was poison that they offered you, and you didn't know any better than to swallow it. And so it became part of your vibration and has operated on you in really insidious ways. So the whole point of it is to get rid of these. And you can see how these childhood wounds create situations later on in our life which bring on more pain. And so sometimes there are secondary things that have to be deleted as well. But for today, we're going to concentrate on childhood things. And I would say that each one of us has at least three experiences in your life where someone expressed an opinion to you about you, or did something to you. You had an experience that said something to you, either through your ears or to your heart, that really wounded you in some way, that really went in and stayed stuck like a stake in your heart. And we all know that feeling. We've all had that. So that's the place to start, is to just write down three things in your life, messages that were given to you, things that happened to you where you know something was installed in you that you don't want in there anymore. You often get a clue because it's often sometimes something that you say about yourself. You've incorporated so much that you say it about yourself. Oh geez, I'm not good at this, or oh no, I've always been stupid about that, or things of that nature. You'll sometimes have incorporated so solidly that you actually believe it. Because this is what happens. These thought forms are given to you, presented to you, and you have believed them. And a belief that is thought repeatedly becomes a belief system. And once you believe something, you will see it. That is the nature of reality. When you have a belief system that's really strong, you will create a reality that will give you evidence that you are right about that, even if you're wrong. And this is why people have disagreements, because they have different belief systems, they have different worldviews, and they're both convinced they're right because their reality gives them the evidence that they are absolutely correct. And so you can see how this has all kinds of long-term ramifications, not only for individual relationships, but for world relationships as well. So that's the place to begin. So write down those three things and write down the messages that were given to you. And you may find that those three things end up creating maybe 6 or 8 sentences of things that you don't feel good about yourself. Some of them can be amalgamated perhaps, but that's the place to begin. And once I'm through the whole process, I'll give you some examples, but I want to get through the whole process first. So how do you delete them? If you don't have a hypnotherapist who can walk you through it and you're sitting there doing the work on your own, what do you do next? Well, the next thing is, once you have those sentences, I'm not lovable, I'm not good at this, I am too fat, I am too stupid, I am in danger, whatever that might be, because I'm not able to do things, I'm not allowed to speak up, those kinds of things, and all the other ones. Write those down and try to amalgamate them into, so maybe you've got maybe 6 sentences, maybe 8 sentences. It depends a little bit. You don't want too many. In there's okay. You don't want more than that probably. And at that point, there are 2 different ways that I want you to get rid of them out of your emotional and your physical body. One of them is and this is a personal journey. It's got to be something that works for you. So I want you to see them being taken away from you. And I know some people like to see them being put in a basket and the basket's just drifting away up somewhere, or put them in a balloon, or I don't know, some people might want to visualize burying them. I don't know. It's different for different people. You've got to do something that really appeals to you. But the idea is that you are taking those energies and you are releasing them. You do not want them anymore, and with your intention, you're going to let them go. The other thing that we have found really powerful is to do a physical representation of that, and that's to write those 6 or 8 sentences down on individual pieces of paper, and with great ceremony, burn them or something like that. Something, again, that appeals to you personally, so that you, again, are making the symbolic gesture and very real gesture also that you are letting go of these. You do not want them anymore. You are not holding on to them anymore whatsoever. And this is all a very integral part. It's the first part that you have to do, because all this poison that you've swallowed is in there, and it's creating all kinds of problems for you. Because if you've been given stories of rejection, abandonment, and all that kind of hurt, that's in there vibrating with you. And if you want to know why you keep drawing in stories of rejection and abandonment, there's your answer right there. It's that you've got these deep scars, these deep wounds inside you that keep bringing this towards you. And it's just the law of attraction at work. It's not anybody's fault. It's just the way it is. As long as you've got that lack of self-worth in there, you are going to have some experiences. Now, like I've said, because the world is made up of thoughts, every day we have thousands of thoughts. Some of them are good, some of them bad, some of them are sort of neutral. And so for most people who aren't deliberately manifesting something, you're still manifesting. It's a natural process, but it means that we tend to think about a variety of things over the course of the day. And so what we call into us, what we attract to us, is also a variety of things. And that's where most of us live all the time. Some good, some bad, some indifferent, that kind of stuff. This is a way for you to change your vibration so fundamentally from a set of fear-based emotions to love-based emotions, that what you bring into you much more consistently is also love-based. And it is an incredible ride, as I have told you before. I really want this for you. I really want this for you. So let's do that. I just want to tell you a couple of quick things, and I won't spend too much long on it. I see I'm about to run out of battery. I had such things happen in my life. I was bullied, and I ended up thinking that I wasn't lovable, that I wasn't powerful, that I wasn't safe, that I wasn't, I was in fear all the time, that I was just going to be rejected forever. And I also had a father who was very ill with mental health issues from the time I was a young person. And a lot of that got incorporated with my bullying experiences, so that I felt both rejected and abandoned. And those were part of my vibration. So I'll tell you more about that another time. For today, I just want to encourage you to do that work. I also want to tell you that we'll be doing workshops where I'll be coaching people through this, and I guess we'll do them on Zoom for now until we can all do them back in person, and walk you through all of this process. All right. Thanks. I'll talk to you again soon, and we'll go on to the next part. Okay. Bye.